Do boycotts really hurt big brands? You've seen the headlines, the protest signs, the empty stores. Maybe you even walked past a Starbucks and thought, not today. For the past year, millions have been doing just that. What started as a protest has turned into a massive consumer movement. Can we, the consumers, actually hurt a multi-billion-dollar corporation? Or is our outrage just a fleeting moment? The answer is more complicated than you think. Stick with me. We'll explore the surprising history of boycotts, from India's independence to America's civil rights. We'll reveal how brands respond to boycotts and which tactic works best. And at the end, we'll uncover the one group that profits when big brands stumble. You'll never look at your shopping cart the same way again. Let's start with the brands you know. Take McDonald's. In the Middle East, sales plummeted, forcing local franchise owners to issue warnings. The Golden Arches carried the blame, even though the owners were local families. Starbucks faced similar issues, with cafes going silent as protests grew. And in Pakistan, local sodas surged as people turned away from Pepsi and Coke. What happens when a boycott introduces you to a new favorite? So, what is a boycott? It's not just a complaint, it's a mass refusal to buy. But where did this powerful tactic come from? And what does history tell us about its true power? Act 2. History of boycott. Boycotts aren't new. In fact, the very word comes from a single person, Captain Charles Boycott. When this ruthless land agent, in 1880s Ireland, refused to lower rents for poor farmers, the community simply shunned him. No one would work for him or serve him. This nonviolent pressure was so effective that he was defeated and forced to flee the country. From that first stand, the tactic spread, fueling revolutions in India and challenging segregation in the US. This is what culture can do when it organizes. Money follows, and sometimes history changes. But does this tactic still work in today's global economy? Act 3. Do they actually work? Do boycotts actually work? Let's break it down. At the revenue level, yes, they hurt. Sales dip, stores cut hours. But at the stock level, no. Investors often see these dips as temporary, and at the consumer level, it depends. In food, a boycott can change habits, but in tech, it's harder. So is it all just a pointless protest? Not exactly. There's a hidden impact. Before we get to that, I'm curious. Have you ever personally participated in a boycott? Let me know in the comments below, and tell me if you felt it made a difference. The quiet victors, while big brands scramble, local companies win. Soda brands you've never heard of, regional coffee shops, delivery apps, featuring local alternatives. Boycotts create demand shocks. When giants stumble, it's a golden opportunity for local players. Sometimes, that trial run turns into a permanent habit. Act 5. Brand responses. They localize. McDonald's in the Middle East didn't just put out a statement. The company's local franchises and owners launched social media campaigns, highlighting their local staff, their support for community initiatives, and the fact that a large portion of their profits are reinvested locally. Also, issued full-page ads in Arabic newspapers saying, "We are 100% locally owned. Your purchase supports local families." They get creative with marketing. In Egypt, Pepsi ran a massive campaign during Ramadan, a time when soda sales are at their peak. They featured a popular Egyptian musician and created a song that resonated with local culture, aiming to win back a new generation of consumers. They adapt their product strategy. In China, where nationalism fuels consumer choices, Apple responded by cutting prices on its iPhones. This was a direct attempt to win back market share lost to local rivals like Huawei, showing that even a tech giant will bend on its pricing to adapt to a boycott-driven market. But here's the catch. If it looks like a PR stunt, the backlash doubles. If it feels like a genuine effort to connect with the community, some loyalty returns. It's a high-stakes gamble. So, do boycotts really hurt? The headlines might say no. They'll report that McDonald's global sales grew, but the real story is in the details. McDonald's saw a massive miss in the Middle East. Starbucks reported a 36% sales drop in Malaysia. The broader market felt the impact too. The question isn't whether boycotts work, it's whether their impact is short-term or a long-term shift. In the age of digital activism, a single purchase is a vote. If this video gave you a smarter way to see how money, culture, and brands collide, subscribe, like, and share it with a friend who thinks boycotts don't matter. The next story we tell might change how you see your shopping cart.